Hello friends, welcome to Daring Marana YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about emergency switchboard. Emergency switchboard, their safeties, ESB safeties. So procedure shall be written on the panel. From the emergency switchboard panel, the procedure should be written on panel and diagram should be there. So procedure should be there and diagram should be there on the panel, and it should be placed in uppermost continuous duct aft of the collision bulkhead. It should be placed on uppermost continuous duct aft of collision bulkhead. So what are things means? It should be written on, procedure should be written on panel. The circuit diagram should be there. Emergency circuit break switchboard, emergency switchboard, there should be circuit diagram should be there, and it should be placed on uppermost continuous duct after the collision bulkhead. Then it should be easily accessible from the duct. This uppermost continuous duct, it should be easily accessible from the duct, shall at least have 0.6 meter from the bulkhead. From the bulkhead, it should at least have 0.6 meter from the bulkhead. So the space should be at least 0.6 meter from the bulkhead. There shall be no pipeline, means there should be no oil or steam or water pipelines above the emergency switchboard. There should not be no piping about the passing through it. So emergency switchboard shall not kept in same compartment with emergency battery. It should not be in the same compartment that of the emergency battery. Both should not be should not be on the same compartment. Emergency switchboard should be separate compartment. It should not be same with the emergency battery. So what we means, it should be position should be in the uppermost continuous duct after the collision bulkhead, but this should be easily accessible from the duct, and from the bulkhead it should have a distance of 0.6 meter, and it should be there shall be no piping, that is no oil steam water piping should be there. No piping should be above the emergency switchboard, and emergency switchboard should not be there, and emergency battery should not be kept in same compartment. And 24 volt DC light be near the emergency switchboard. There should be a 24 volt DC supply. 24 volt DC supply should be near the emergency switchboard, and flame retardant paint should be there. Flame retardant paint should be there, and steel enclosure should be there. Steel enclosure should be there, and CO2 extinguisher. That is also important. So here 24 volt DC light should be there with near the emergency switchboard. So flame retardant point will be there, and CO2 extinguisher should be there, and steel enclosure should be there. So electrical safety poster should be towards the near the emergency switchboard. Electrical safety poster should be pasted there, and minimum 3 mm thick rubber mat should be there. This is a mandatory for main switchboard also. Minimum 3 mm mat, thick rubber mat should be there. Minimum 3 mm rubber mat should be placed there, and there should be no tie breaker. Here difference is there should be no tie breaker in emergency switchboard, but for the main switchboard there is tie breaker. In emergency switchboard there is no tie breaker, but for main switchboard there is tie breaker. And what are the indication lamps provided on emergency switchboard means? Indicator lamp, we can say mainly first we can say indicator, voltage indicator, frequency indicator, RPM indicator. 3 indicators will be there. So voltage indicator, frequency indicator, RPM indicator. Voltage, frequency, RPM. These 3 indicators will be there. Then there will be lamp, source lamp will be there. So bus tie switch in the switch on MCB. So bus tie switch interlock should be there on the of about MSB, and ACB it should be maybe open or close. ACB means air circuit breaker. It should be maybe open or close. Bus tie switch of MSB. Main switchboard we can see bus tie switch, and emergency switch, emergency generator run indicator. So whether it is running or we can see that, and emergency generator auto standby lamp should be also there. So from the emergency switchboard we can see that source lamp should be there, indicator, that is voltage indicator, frequency indicator, then RPM indicator can be seen, then bus tie switch for the MSB, and for ACB we can check that whether it is open or closed, then emergency generator, then auto indicator, then we can see that auto standby lamp. These are the indication lamps that provided on ESB, that is emergency switchboard. Thank you.